my audience.
My name is Mariana.
I'm Zach.
I'm Chase. I'm Tanner.
I'm Joe.
And my name is Lauren Kenyon. And this is my speech. My beginning quote is, I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back, and that's by Maya Angelou. And that's basically stating that throughout life, even if you do receive help from other people, you shouldn't just be receiving. You should also be helping other people. So, give and get. And these are my sources before I continue. Okay, and the organization I'm going to be talking about is Action in Africa, and this is a nonprofit organization that is in Uganda in Africa. And the 3 points I'm going to be bringing up is the history of Action in Africa, the growth of the organization, and the achievements and future objectives. And this is a photo of everyone that's in the organization working in Africa. Okay. First of all, the history of Action in Africa. It's, like I said, a small profit organization based out of Aspen, Colorado, and Beira, Uganda. It started in a small high school club in 2005, and it blossomed into an organization developed to changing the lives of the children inside Africa. It started out, a teacher was showing a few of the classmates, I think it was like a class of 20, video of children inside Uganda, and it was a documentary about the child soldiers, and they were really touched about it, and a few of them went up after class and talked to the teacher and told them that they wanted to change something about what was going on with the children, and they wanted to make a difference. And so they got together and they started a club to fix this problem. And then after watching the documentary, the group of students and the teacher decided to let others join the club, and then 4 years and $200,000 later, Action in Africa began as a nonprofit organization. And then the goal of the newly found organization was to foster the intellectual growth of Uganda's youth, creating the next teachers, doctors, and politicians. So it basically wasn't even just to fix what was going on in Africa, it was also to create new teachers and doctors and give people a chance to kind of fix the problems that were going on and create a better future. And then the quote that I have from John Knob is, a volunteer leader's personal passion for the group's mission is contagious and it motivates. So basically, if you are willing and motivated to help others, then others will want to reciprocate that back. And this is one of the schools that they started in Uganda, and it's still there to this day. Okay. And then next is the growth of this organization. The organization has grown tremendously and created hope for the residents of Beira. Throughout the last 6 years, Action in Africa has put on a variety of events to raise both money and awareness inside Africa and here, basically everywhere, and also their high school that they started out the club in. They started doing foundations to raise money. The money was used for 4 major projects, which was a library, a girls' dormitory, a widow's homes, and school sponsorships, like the school that I just showed y'all. The organization is currently sending 91 students to primary and secondary school in Beira, and while maintaining the clinic and the library on the property that they started inside Africa and Uganda. And then my next quote is, a single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. So basically, if you have a positive attitude about helping others and you have that motivation and drive, then it's going to carry on to other people's attitudes, and other people are going to want to help. And that's kind of the basis of how this organization started and how they got so many students in the club. My next photo, these are some of the students inside Uganda of the school that they started. These are the achievements and the future objectives of Action in Africa. The expansion of this organization is creating a future for individuals of all ages that reside in Africa. Like I said, they're giving them jobs and futures just for families, for any individual in Africa, and especially the education that they're giving them. The organization has spread to 3 college campuses, which is Chapman, Dartmouth, and Stanford. And so other students are partaking in this organization as well now. And each year the organization runs a service trip to Beira, allowing the members to see exactly where their money is going. So the members of this organization, like who started it, takes trips annually towards the end of the year. And they visit the school that they started, and they visit all the children that are enrolled in the school and all the people that have the newly found jobs that they gave them, checking up on them and making sure the organization has given them a better future. And my last quote is, give a man a fish and feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So basically not just giving out handouts of money, it's also like starting out bettering their future. And they can do that themselves once you give them a hand. Okay, and this is my conclusion. First of all, after years of hard work and inspiration, Action in Africa has changed Beira forever. Like I said, it's changed their futures and their jobs and their education and everything. Currently this organization is still growing and saving so many lives in Africa. They still have many plans to build more schools and more clinics and things, and they're just spreading in Africa like wildfire. And then lastly, just like the students who organized AIA, Action in Africa, inspiration and support is all an individual needs to spark aspiration in anyone to volunteer and make a difference. So basically, their excitement about starting out this organization has spread to so many other people, and that's how Action in Africa has grown and changed the lives of so many people in Uganda. And this is my final quote. Remember that when you leave this earth, you can take with you nothing that you have received, only with what you have given. A full heart enriched by honest service, love, sacrifice, and courage. And that is my speech.